Well, how do y'all? It's daylight, so it must be the weekend. Anyway, so we had to go get some running around done. Yep, that stuff right there. Went by the local home improvement place, got us a 10-foot stick of 1.5 PVC, which will fit in a Jetta. I know. Car's dang near brand new, and I'm redneckery in it all the way around. It's my work truck, don't you know? Anyway, we also got a couple things of bedding for the chickens and the ducks, get their coops cleaned out. And then just the other side of the door, we got 100 pounds of chicken feed, layer feed. Anyway, we're gonna get all this rounded up, take it over to the cottage, and well, not the feed and not the wood chips, but we're gonna take the plumbing supplies over there because, yep, we got a couple nickels to rub together. We went and bought us some C-plies, and we're gonna see if we can't make some drain pipe, and maybe if it's light long enough, maybe we'll get to some of the pressure pipe. We shall see. All right, well, as you can see, the dark windows there, it has gotten dark on me. So I managed to drill the holes for the cold and the hot and the drain. It's just kind of sticking out there right now. I've got it set up so that you can, yeah, sure you can. There you go. You can get the long L's in there. I've got to drop the panel down that's underneath of there. So I've got drain for that. I've got the drain for the sink. It goes right there. And then hot and cold. And then over here is the drain for the tub bath shower thing. That's the small shower that's 2/3 a bathtub. It's miniature for a miniature little house thing here. So yeah, it's cottage size. Yeah, that's it. It's cottage size. Anyway, so we got the hole drilled for that. The sink will come out to about here where this T is. Oh, sorry. Proper alignment. Anyway, so it'll come out to there. This will come off at a 45 because lo and behold, as you can sort of kind of see, well, not really, but anyway, the joist cuts through about right here. The floor joist. Yeah, happy. So we're going to put it like on a 45 like that. It'll meet up, boop, like that. I'm trying to use up old stuff that I already have instead of all brand new everything. I mean, it'll be like new, but it'll just have a couple unions in it. Anyway, yeah, fun times. Anyway, and then this will actually be about like that. So the sink will come in, dook, connect with this sanitation tee, dook. We'll tap into the end of that sanitation tee that is also to the stink pipe that then goes down into the ground. Anyway, so somewhere on this side between this tee and the tee that's underneath there that y'all can't see is where the sink line will come over and whoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, and then it'll sanitation tee into it as well. So yeah. But anyway, like I said, it's dark, so I don't really feel like crawling around underneath in the dark. I do have the old headlamp thing, but to try and get you guys underneath there on a tripod and then set up to where you can see what I'm doing instead of just like, oh, look, it's the bottom of the cottage. Yay, you can't see what I'm doing. Anyway, you get the idea. So we shall pick this up again tomorrow. So to recap, basically, I drilled some holes and made a bunch of mess all over the floor that I had swept up. But, you know, it's a construction site. Yay! Meanwhile, while I was outside, Mama is making, these are the breakfast for the week, right?
Yep.
So, food prepping for the 5 days while we're at work. So we got scrambled eggs and sausage, and that's it for right now, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it for now.
All right. So anyway, she was busy while I was busy. Okay, this is what we have so far. This is where it comes down from the sink, the bathroom sink. makes the elbow, sanitation tee that goes off towards the bathtub thing, and then down another sanitation tee that will pick up the sink that's down yonder, reducer, and then right up above there is the toilet flange, and then that is the one that for the vent pipe, and then comes down, goes into the ground, blah blah blah. So this is what I've got done so far. I've only been at it for like 4 hours. I had to cut this open up because I originally thought we were going to do a different shower pan, but yeah, that didn't work out. So I got to throw insulation in there. I can seal that up. I can cover this. Well, no, I have to do that first. I got to get my elbow and off that direction. But anyway, that's what we have so far. Okay, this is kind of hard to explain, but we got the cold water pipe coming down from inside the wall where the kitchen sink's going to be. Through there, there's the hot side, there's the drain going down along the wall, and then up in here, there we go. I've got cold water coming in. That's the blue line coming in. There's two because I've got it teed off, and I wanted to have a little bit of flex when I'm moving this thing up and down. But anyway, and then we got our hot line running through there, and then on down. Now coming from the other side, hot, cold, hot, cold. There's the reducer and the sanitation tee, and then the PVC picks up the drain off of the kitchen sink. There's the sanitation tee we talked about earlier, and then those two tees are going to go along the drain underneath of there, but I got to drop it back down. I wasn't thinking, and put it back up. I got insulation up in that one that we talked about earlier. That's all done. Then we come over here, and then this goofy looking mess is because that right there is the cold water going to the sink. That right there is the hot going to the sink. But this line right here, okay, lighting, whoosh. Yeah, the blue line going up off of the elbow into the wall is the supply line for the water heater. And then there's the hot. Okay, so the far right blue line is supply line for the vent or sink. The red is the hot supply line for the sink, but I can see if I can do this two-handed. I can put a T in it right here so that it's going to go up for the valve to the bathroom sink and then down to go to the other sink. But the other line will, off that T, will come over and then poke through the wall. And then this blue will come over and parallel and poke it through the wall. And the blue will be the supply line for the water heater. The red will be the hot water coming back out. Because it's all pressurized, it goes in every which direction. So anyway, that's what I'll do. Yeah. Left blue line has an elbow. The red line, hot water supply, will have a T. So yeah. But anyway, again, it's dark outside. But yep, that's what I did all day long. Good thing I'm not getting paid by the hour. So these lines represent where the bottom of the wall will be. There'll be one coming along here and then this way. But anyway, somewhere along here, I'm going to drill the holes, and that's where those T's that were underneath, they'll pop up, boop, boop. And then that will be the hot and cold water for the tub shower-ish thing. And then we can pressurize the whole thing. Well, that'll do it for this video. That was a whole weekend worth of projecting. Anyway, I just wanted to take a second to say thanks for checking up on us. Obviously, I don't have the greatest lighting, and I am not a professional photographer or videographer, but we're just kind of documenting what we got going on, and you took the time to see how we were doing it. So anyway, we'll see you in about a week, y'all. God bless. Have a good one.